my dears. I'm happy that I'm back home. It's good to be host somewhere, but it's always better to be home. I want us to say to Bulgaria Church big hello. Thank you. It was amazing people. It was amazing time. I really like the Bulgaria Church in Bansk, the city. They are very lovely, very big heart. They are very hosting, so special people. Let God bless the Church of Bansk. We love you guys. It was really the respect for me to serve there. I believe that God already did. Will not just do, He already did. For the reason I came for there. So I'm really happy. You don't even know how much. I was flying back home. Every time it's more and more you are appreciating the house. You're always more and more when you are going a lot from the home. When you are once a year, you are flying somewhere, it's not so big deal. But when you are a lot flying, going away from home, you're starting to appreciate the house more. What is actually for you is important. And I can say, everyone knows that for me, Israel is my house, is my church. But even in this travel, I had another different understanding. I understood how much in me grow the feeling of my belong to Israel. I cannot, and maybe if it's possible to belong more than that I am belong to Israel. But I feel like it's grow even more now to another level. And you know how important it is when you have a house, home, when you have people that waiting for you. I will tell something to someone. Sometimes we are not appreciate the things we have because we are used to. Okay, I have a house, I have home, there is someone there, or some friends, or the church, or something else. But we need to learn to appreciate and to understand that there are people that doesn't have house. No one is waiting for them, where they are lonely. But we have so much. We have house, we have our country, we have church, where they love you and waiting for you. And this is so important. Sometimes people living years together, getting used to each other. Okay, I have husband, okay, I have wife or kids. When you're gonna appreciate them? When they're gonna leave the house, the kids. As long as they are kids, you're tired of them. Sometimes you are even mad on them. But what will happen when they're gonna grow and left? They're already living with you. Mother of big and kids. You will miss them. They will live, or you live in your country. You will miss your country. When your church, when it's actually yours, you will miss her. And it's normal feeling that God put in us, inside us, for us to appreciate what we have. And it's very important for us really to look each other around us, and we'll be thankful that we have people, family, houses, and even our country where we always belong. Praise the Lord. But this is not what we're going to talk about. I will not share what was in Bulgaria in the apostolic travel, but it was a lot of things that happened, many worries, but it's not for us Friday night today. When I was on the airplane, we were already coming back to Israel. I saw Tel Aviv in the night above, and I felt some situation that the earth of Israel the heavens are very close and very low. You know, we have a song that here is a different heaven, and I really in different country comparing to our sky in Israel. Here is really different heavens. And when we were close to Tel Aviv already with the airplane, going down little by little, I saw how the skies are coming together with me to the earth. It was like a vision, like the skies coming closer and closer. And I understood that God is so close to Israel. He is so next to us. We will not, we are not see this all the time. We are not paying attention. And this feeling awake to me new jealousy about what is going on here now. What is happening here in Israel? Let's think. We're talking about this a lot. I'm talking about this since 2020. We're preparing the church for no easy times. But I want to say that doesn't matter, I will say now, and what we know as prophets and what will come. We always need to remember this vision. God is very close to Israel. The skies are coming closer. We don't need to forget this. Sometimes it's happening in the life that you are like, wow, God left me? What, God so far away? He doesn't see what is going on in my life, in my mission, in my country. And I want that each of us will feel it. Whenever you're going to feel this, some worry about this, you will remember this vision that God showed me in the airplane, that God showed me that He's very close to Israel. He's just covering all Himself, Israel. And this is why we have different skies. So, now different level that I want to talk about is what God put on me in the heart. That we are very close to something very big break as a church. On the church it will come people against us. Whoever doesn't making, they're already thinking about this in the news, but it's not so big deal. It's not so big voice. But many people in the world and in Israel counting each church, each Jewish Messianic, it's something not including in the society, like rejecting people who are sold our fathers, and we are kind of like Christian. We are not with them. And now many things happening in the body of the Christ in Israel that became to be very heavy to the future that's coming to us as Messianic Jew or Christians in Israel. And I don't know if you know, but some of you maybe knows, my good friend, pastor in Russia, that they put him in the jail for 1 year because he was having a message, because he is serving for God. And this is just little symbols and what signals of what happened. And I see this as a signals. But what we are passing through when we understanding that they are running after us. And other people, everyone imagine this different. What Jesus said, they're gonna hit you, they're gonna throw new stones, they will, you will not be able to show your faith, you will not be able to to share. And already in our Knesset, Marina sent that in the Knesset they already had a question about Christians, evangelicals, some, if you are having a YouTube channel, 6 months you are in the jail. If you are preaching something else, you are 2 years in the jail, and other things. I don't know how this law will really pass through the Knesset, but this is the first signals. How we can see the signals of the spring. Sometimes the flowers coming out. And I already giving you some signals about this. People running after the church. And God told me for us to be ready. to prepare ourselves that everything can happen. Because we are many times thinks, it's not will touch me. My church, no. My family, no. Listen, when there is some wave, it's touching everyone. Doesn't matter who, you will not be able to run this. Maybe just you will run from the church and you will locked in your house and pray there. Then maybe you will be no part of this. But there are things that we need to be ready. God showed me one thing about this time, what is now will happen. And my message called today, the time of difference. We're gonna talk. The time of the tables going around, breaking. Why we need to be ready? Because if the church is not ready, we will be fear, we will be afraid, we will be stressful, we will try start to panic, and when it's catching you, I will tell you, the church of us, it's hard for us to be afraid because since 2020 I'm talking about this and now it's 3 years after. But let's say that to be prepared, it needs to be start from understanding what I'm doing, for what I'm doing this, and relationship with Jesus. You know, Jesus was saying a lot to his students that they try to get him, so they're gonna do it to them too. But when it's come the time, doesn't matter what, Peter was ready. We all are heroes. We will say, wow, I'm the best. For Jesus, I will do everything. I'm ready for the faith. Everyone, I will cut everyone. But in the right moment, when they catch Jesus, what Jesus said, the rooster will not be able to even to scream 3 times and they will get you already. It's easy to be hero in your eyes, but each of us will pass through some things. God will see us and will check us and we will pass like Peter was doing. Don't think you're a hero, that you right now, as you're here in the calmness in this room, I will not do like Peter. No one knows the reaction of a person in the right moment. Maybe, each of us, there is a weakness. Maybe in the right moment, when you are going to be weak, you will be like Peter and you will reject Jesus. But very important to understand that Jesus has now some mission for us, for those things not to happen to us. And everything starting from the Church of God. Everything that's happening around us, it's happening because God's starting to connect and to mix in the church. Before those things, I was not had this vision from God that God is mixing in the church things. And this week I got understanding that God is mixing in the acts of the church. And now it's the moment when He's starting to mix in your life, in my life more, in the church things, and everything is touching the church for us to be ready for the right moment. And we need to check ourselves from inside, where our roots, what we're living in as a church, and each of us will check himself too. You know that after the Peter rejected 3 times Jesus, Jesus was still having a dialogue with him. Let's open John 21:15-17. When they went out, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, do you love me more than those people? And he said to him, yes, you know I love you. Jesus said to him, take care of my people. Here I want to stop. They were eating together and Jesus asking, you know, someone need to invite Jesus to his dinner, for to talk with Jesus eye to eye. Have you ever dinnered with God? Ate with Him? had a meal with him? Do you have this time with him? Someone need to invite Jesus to his dinner. We know how to invite friends and people to our house, but we need to sit in the table to talk with him because he has a question to you. And he asking Peter here, do you love me more than those people? Who are those people? Who is sitting there in the table? The students. You know, there are different categories of people. People can love different. There are people who love covering everything. Those are the biggest level of the life that they ready for everything, for every act. And when he asking him, do you love me more than those? He's saying yes. You know, this is an interesting question. If Jesus will sit with you today and will ask you, do you love me more than those church, these people? Can you tell him really truly to answer that you love that you love him more than everything else in the earth? Do you understand that this love that you're ready to many things? You know why today Peter was able to say yes? Because he already rejected him before. And now he already asked for sorry. He was crying to ask for sorry because he rejected. And suddenly he understood that his love is really, really love him. He loved Jesus so much that he ready to do everything for him. He loves him more than everyone. You know, we need to come to some peak in our life about a relationship with Jesus. The one who has ear will hear. There is some second love. I'm going to the church. I'm not sinning. I'm a good Christian. I'm reading the Bible. I'm not hurting no one. I'm not cursing. This is the one. I have to say it. I'm a good son or daughter. You're a slave. You're not son. Because there is no one kid in the world that doesn't do mistakes before his parents. Can you agree? There is no one son or daughter in the world that never, doesn't matter how good they are, they will always do mistakes. You know why? Because of one reason. They are kids. Because we are people. We're human. Those who are saying he is not sinning, he is lying. He is lying. Because everyone are having mistakes. And we need to come to some understanding, to grow this love in ourselves, to be so connected to Jesus. It's not that you will not be seen and you will not do mistakes, but this love will bring you not just to talk with Him, about Him, it will be acts. You will be acting through Him. I know one thing, the love coming together with acts. You know why? Because Jesus said it. Look what He's saying. Do you love me more than those people? Peter said, yes. You know I love you. Jesus said, take those people. So I didn't tell him, don't sin anymore. Don't do mistakes anymore if you love me. Okay, so never act like you reject me anymore. What Jesus said, take those people. Lead them. What it means to lead them? It's meaning something. To lead, it's to act. To lead, it's to take care of someone. He's saying, my people, my sheep. What those sheep are doing here? What are we talking about? Why to lead? Okay, Jesus said to him, how are we understanding this? Okay, after Peter rejected 3 times Jesus, what Jesus needed to tell him? Do you love me? Yes, so don't do this anymore. Don't sin, don't make mistakes. No, no, no. No. He said, if you love me, lead those people. Act. Serve to me. Take care of my people. Wow. What is this? How is this, Jesus? Why I need to act if I love you? And he will not stop there. He said, and in the second time, Simon, do you love me? Peter saying, yes, you know I love you. Jesus said, lead my sheep. Again. And the third time, 3 times, Simon, do you love me? Peter already was so mad, like he was already having tears. 3 times, do you love me? And Jesus said to him, he said to Jesus, you know me, you know I love you. Jesus said, lead those sheep, my sheep. Wow. Why he didn't said, okay, just lead my second time, don't sin. Jesus needed one thing, another thing. In other words, he said to Peter, and now he's saying this to us. If you love Jesus, you need to lead. To lead, to take care about his sheep, to listen, to serve. It means also to take care everything that is belong to God. You understand? So I will say one more thing. Very bad, rude thing that now in our Christianity, so weak, so lazy Christianity word, no one like these words. I will say, Christian who doesn't having a service doesn't love God. Whoa, Pastor, what are you talking about? Jesus said here, very clear, do you love me? 3 times he said so, lead my sheep. If you are not leading, if you are not acting, okay, you're coming to the church. I'm worship God every morning. Okay, this is your relationship with God. But love to God is not just this. Is also that you're taking care about His kingdom in this land, in this world. And I will say one more thing. That's very important to understand that it's not just to the pastors. Those words, okay, yes, about pastors we'll talk to today, but it's touching everyone. To lead, it can be different function in the church, in the world. When we're building the kingdom, we can serve to another people, we can preach. The kingdom of God is needed servers who can take care. You cannot say that you love God if you don't want to serve Him. They will hit me with tomatoes. I'm ready for this, don't worry. But this is how it is. If you saying, I don't want to serve, it means that there is no love of God. Because even, let's take our people, us. When we love someone, from our friends, from our family, what we're trying to do? We want always to give him something, to give, to serve him, to take care of him, to worry about him. Why? Because he is important for you. You appreciate this person. You want always to appreciate the things you have. This is our instinct. But somehow, very easy to say, God, I love you. But actually, our love doesn't have nothing, no acts. Do you understand? And it's not right. And here, God giving us some understanding of changing that we need each of us to take as a church and each of us as a personality. If you are not serving God, there is no love in your heart. And today the Christianity bring another format. I'm not going to do nothing, but I love Jesus. You can sit down, calm down, let other people do this. Peter needed to say, Jesus, I love you, but let John do it, not me. Andre will do it. Why I need to lead those sheep? What, I need to do more than them? I love you, but I don't want to lead no one. Let other people do it. I will sit and worship you and love you. Listen, I will tell you. This is the same, like the husband will talk just to his wife how he loves her, how he loves, I love you,
только
I will
тебя
do
люблю,
for
и
you
все к тебе
everything, I will
пустое
take you some
пространство.
star from the sky.
И все к твоим
I
ногам,
will give to
любимая.
your legs everything.
Но он балабол.
But he's just
Он
talking.
говорить
He's
умеет о
just blah blah
любви,
blah.
но нету
He's just
поступков.
talking about love, but there is no
Кто-то
act.
меня понимает?
You understand?
И я хочу сказать
And I want
сегодня,
to say to
церковь
you, the
научилась
church learn
балаболить.
how just
И мы все как
talk.
Иисус нас спрашивает:
Jesus
любишь ли
asking
меня?
us,
Да,
yes, I
Господи,
love you, my
конечно,
Jesus.
Господи.
Yes,
Да, я же
yes,
тебе
I
песни
love you. I
когда-нибудь
will
пою.
sing you all
Вопрос.
day. Listen,
Любовь
question.
твоя
Your love
сопровождается
is just
определенными поступками
acts, is
послушания.
just things
Пасешь ли
that you're
ты
saying, or do
служением,
you lead? Do
Господу?
you
Если нет,
worship? Do you
задумайся о
serving?
своей
I
любви к
think
Господу.
about your love to God.
Потому что автоматически
Because
человек, который
automatically,
любит, хочет
person who
служить.
love,
Я
he
не буду
wants
судить
to
кого
serve
кого.
the person he loves.
Аминь.
Amen.
Пастора, сегодня у
Pastors,
меня будет
I
послание
have
пасторам.
some
И которые
talks,
здесь, и
things to
которые
talk
там,
about
сегодня
pastors, those who are
присутствуют.
here, those who are there.
Вы знаете,
You know,
пасти овец,
to lead
это
sheep,
значит
it
не
means
только оберегать
not
их,
just to take care of them,
не только за ними
not
ухаживать.
just to
Говорит, видели
worry.
необстриженную овцу?
Have you saw a sheep that they
Она
didn't cut her
зарастает
hair? She has
просто
so much
ужас.
hair around, like
Если пастухи
if the pastor
не
of the sheep
заботятся
will
о
not
овцах,
take
они
care
обрастают.
of
Им
the
тяжело
sheep,
ходить.
it's very
Им
hard
очень
for them to
сейчас.
walk because the hair is growing so fast.
Им очень жарко.
It's
Там
very warm
сохранятся
for them.
всякие
So
путешествия,
many
заботятся
bugs
всякие
inside this hair
насекомые,
of the
всякие
sheep,
блохи, которые их
some
пытаются
animals
укусить.
that's bothering them so much.
Овцы нуждаются в
Sheep needed
контроле.
caring. They
Пастух на
need people
пастбище,
to, the
пастух
pastor to
заботится
take
о
them
том,
out,
чтобы у них было свежее
to have a fresh
воздухоплощение.
air, fresh
Все,
food.
что касается
And
пасторства,
everything that
вы
touching the
можете
pastor,
почитать во
you
книгах
can read
пастыря.
about the pastor,
Потому что пастух и
function
есть
of
тот
pastor
самый
in the
пастор,
Bible.
который
A
призван
pastor is someone who
заботиться,
need to take care,
оберегать
to
и также
worry, and also
стричь
to
овец.
cut the hair of
Иногда
the
пастор
sheep.
приходится постричь овец.
Sometimes the pastor need to cut the
Знаете,
hair.
да?
You
Есть,
understand me?
есть такое, что
There is
если
something that
овца не хочет
if
идти
the
со всем
sheep
стадом, ей
doesn't want to
пастор
go
ломает
with all the
кости для того, чтобы
people,
устроить
with all the
овцу.
sheep together, so
Это
the
жестоко.
pastor was
Это неприятно.
breaking the leg of her to hold her
Пасторства.
on the shoulder. But this is not what we're going to talk about.
Очень много
Today, many
пастырей
pastors
забыло
forgot
Иезекииля 34 главу
Yechezkel 34
и забыло о том,
and forget
что
how
сказал
what
Иисус Петру
Jesus
еще
said
за
to
столом, когда
Peter
они
in the
обедали.
table when
Что
they were
если ты
having a
любишь
dinner.
меня,
If you love me,
пасти моих
you need
овец.
to lead my sheep.
Значит,
It means
заботиться
to take
и
care
воспитывать,
and to
охранять
teach,
и
to
остерегать.
secure and to cut the hair.
Я хочу, чтобы мы сегодня
I want
открыли
us to
Иезекииля
open
34
Yechezkel
главу.
34.
Это Ветхий Завет.
It's the Old Testament.
Это пророк
It's
Иезекииль.
the
И
prophet
это так
Yechezkel,
актуально
but it's
по
very
сегодняшний
actual
день.
for today.
И я хочу
I want
освежить
to refresh it,
то, что Господь говорил
to
через
remind to you
Иезекииля.
what
Сегодня это
Yechezkel
послание
talked
также актуально,
and what
как
God
сама наша
talked to
жизнь.
him through him
Потому
to
что
us.
многие забыли,
Because many people
в
forgot
чем функция
what is the
пастора и
function
что
of a
Бог
pastor and
требует
what
от
God
него.
wants from the pastor to
И
do.
было ко мне слово
And it was
Господне,
a word
Сын
from God to
человеческий,
me, the Son of
из
God,
реки пророчества
from the
царей
river of the
Израиля,
prophets of
из реки
Israel.
пророчества
From this
ископаемых
river,
стран. Так говорит
say to
Господь
pastor,
Бог.
this is what
Горе
God saying.
пастырам Израилевым,
Is very
которые
pain
пасли
to the
себя
pastors of Israel
сами.
that were taking
Оставили
care of them
меня
of themselves
пасти
just, and they
стада.
were not taking care of the sheep.
В Египту и волною одевались, откормленных овец закололи, а
They were not
слабых
taking
пасли.
care of them.
Слабых укрепляли.
They were not giving to the weak power. They were not taking care of the sick sheep, and they were not
Возвращали и потерянными
teaching
искали,
them. They were losing them.
правили ими с насилием и жестокостью. Здесь я хочу
I
остановиться.
want to stop here and let's talk about this.
Итак,
So,
пастора, которые пасут
pastors
сами себя.
who are taking care just about themselves. You know what is to lead yourself? It's to take care of just yourself.
Это оберегать самого
It's to
себя.
secure yourself.
Это равнодушное,
It's
это
to not to
плевательское
care
относиться
about the
к тем,
sheep
кто
that you need to lead,
когда
people who are
пастор
around me. When a
эгоист,
pastor is egoist,
сконцентрирован на самом себе,
focused on himself, but he's pastor
который не заботится
that
ни о
doesn't
чем,
taking care
кроме
about no one and
Здесь
nothing.
Господь говорит,
And here God
вы
saying,
пасли
you are
сами
the
себя.
pastors who took care of yourself. And today the first, what God wanna say today to His church, those pastors who are taking care of themselves just, those who are standing on the peak of them egoism, in the time of the things that gonna come to the church, the first heads that gonna go away is the heads of those pastors. They are not just were able
в
to
добрые времена заботиться о
take
своих
care of them sheep in the good times. So imagine what
в
will happen
тяжелые
in the hard
времена
times to the
прятались
church. They will be the first who gonna run away from the church. They will swim in the ocean
Вы
just for to
понимаете?
run away. You
Потому что
understand?
это
Because
из
those
категории
are the
наемников, из
category
иностранных
of
туристов.
rent. They are no
И вы должны
owning for real. They are
понимать,
just as
если церковь
employed there.
сегодня
You know, if
не
the church,
произойдет переворот
if it will not
среди
be some
пасторства
revolution in the
во
pastors,
время
in the
гонения,
time of the
то
running of
тогда
after
даже
the
пастор
church,
не
not just the
выдержит.
pastor will not be able to
Вся
hold it,
церковь.
all the church
Церковь
will just fall
падает,
together.
овцы будут
The,
разбегаться.
all the sheep will run
Здесь
away,
дальше Господь
including the
говорит,
pastors.
слабых вы укрепляли.
And the weak,
Что
they
это
were not
означает?
taking care about the
В любой
weak,
церкви
it
есть
says here.
слабые люди,
Each church
слабые
has a weak
личности,
people, weak
слабые овцы,
personalities,
которые
weak sheep
нуждаются в
that need
укреплении, которые
more
нуждаются в
attention,
душевном
that
единстве,
need to take care of
которые
them,
нуждаются в наставлении,
that
в
they needed
ученичестве,
more
рангировании.
to be
Это
students of
касается
the
всех
pastors,
нас.
and it's touching all of us.
Когда в церкви
When there is in the
пастора не
church, the
занимаются
pastors
душевным
doesn't taking
лидерством,
care
когда
about
нету
those sheep,
качания
when there is
учеников,
not taking care as a student and teacher,
нету ученичества,
when there is no students,
то овцы
so the
не
sheep
получают
will
такой
not
тренинг.
get enough power.
Больные овцы не
Sick
прозябают. Всегда
sheep
есть
also.
кто-то,
There are
кто
always
нуждается в
someone
болезненной
sick
иногда жизни.
in the church.
Есть люди, которые
There are people who
нуждаются
need
в душевной поддержке,
some
в
soul
душевном исцелении,
support,
только
or not
физически.
just physical
Церковь
even. The
призвана
church called
нести
to
служение
have the
исцеления.
service of
Церковь
healing.
служит
In a church
исцелению.
when there is no service of healing,
Поэтому
it means a sick, many sick
правильный имя привязывания. Вы знаете,
sheep.
я все время говорю, для меня
You know,
главное
for me, encounter
вот это
is
служение.
this
Это
service.
укрепляет
Those people who you can give them power to the sheep that weak, to take care of the sheep.
Вы знаете, очень многие
You know,
люди
many people,
попали, овцы,
the
попали
sheep,
в
they were a sheep that went
попали
out
в
from the
обольщение.
church. They were confused from the word a little bit. And if in the church there is no the right that come bring back those sheep that left, it means that the pastor doesn't taking care about what his sheep's eating. He doesn't taking care that the devil is stealing them little by little, and he doesn't taking care of this. It's our responsibility as pastors too. I'm also telling today online. Those who are lost, they were not looking for. They are coming to the church, but they are lost. They doesn't know how to live. They doesn't know what to do. They doesn't know what is the mission. This category of people who lost inside the church. It's not just there run away and lost. They are lost inside the church. They coming to the church, but they are lost. And our mission also is those who are lost to find His way, to help them to find the mission, them call. Who here was and who didn't know his call and now he knows? All the church will raise up the hands. It's like this. Because in the church, you need to find your call. Because you need to, they are helping you also. It also says here that they were controlling them very rude. A good pastor, it's someone that knows always to do balance between judge and between teach. He just cannot, the pastor cannot always licking you and kissing you. I can talk about this because in 11 years, God teach me a lot. I'm telling you some keys of pastors that you have to have as a pastor for people who taking care as a commander, not commander, leader. Here we also have people, they will be pastors in the future. It's very important for you to know how to lead the sheep of God. With rudeness, as it says here, and with raping, through controlling, you will not be able to lead no one. People will be afraid the pastor because they are afraid to be raped. They are afraid to be controlled by someone. People doesn't going after people who are controlling them with rapeness. People, they love to follow someone who loves them and appreciate them and teaching them. A pastor, someone who's standing in this position, he need to know always also how to teach with no right, not so nice, but you need to know how to teach, how to know right how to say it. I'm sure that there are people here who heard from me many words of like I was with love, but I was saying the right words, but they were not so nice. It's hard, it's pain, but this is how you cutting the hair of the sheep. Because if people will say, "Oh, this pastor said to me I'm not good. Oh my God, he said to me this. It means he doesn't love me. He's controlling me." Listen, relax. This is because he loves you. He wanna change you. He wanna teach you. This is why cutting your hair, because then this hair will be so heavy for you, and this hair will not be for you to be heavy and not heavy. You need sometimes to cut your hair for you to be as a sheep will be able to run in the field, because then you're gonna be heavy. You will not be able to walk. You will be just laying on the floor. So when you know who's standing on top of you, who is your pastor, you know that he's doing things, even if sometimes it's pain to you and it's not so nice. You know that they're teaching you. You know that after this there is just one reason, because this pastor really loves you, that he have time for you and care about you. Because some pastors, they are absolutely doesn't care what is in your life and what you're doing. He doesn't need to teach you nothing. He will doesn't care. But when he need for you to be under his control, he will control you really good. Don't worry. I will say something. I'm saying something really hard. It's very hard theme. It's very important for us to understand. I'm not just two pastors. Each position that you have in, you need to understand what it means to have a balance between love and teach. When a leader, server, he not just like to hug and kiss. He also can say words that can change the life of the person, even if it sounds rude. And they were sitting without pastors, and they were eating everything, and the wolves were eat them. All the sheep ran away, all the cities around. They were not standing together anymore, and no one cared about them and no one looking for them. This is also what I'm talking about, how it says here in Yechezkel, that there are many people who, that's it, they are run away to different places and no one looking for them anymore. Not just looking as a physical. It's that we prayed for years for people not to stay without church. Okay, you left one church, amazing. Okay, it didn't work for you there. Not with this pastor, the brothers and the sisters doesn't know how to love you. Okay, the vision of the church is not right. Nothing is working to you there, but it doesn't mean that there is not the right church for you where God wants you to be. My dears, with ears, we're looking for people. If they are so lost, they doesn't know where to be in the moment when the sheep doesn't have a pastor and doesn't have church. He is going into really spiritual hard moments when that even after later when he will want to come for help in the church will need to work really hard for him to go away from the hole that he felt to, because God wants people to come together and not to be lost little by little everywhere. Oh, I'm there in the house praying alone. It's enough for me. Listen, we we're calling them as non-church people. You know, people who doesn't have group. It means God created a church for a person to be in the church, for him to have a pastor, for him to have a teaching, to be fresh with people like him who serving God. So we are always praying. It's me. No one looking for them. No one care about them. We are not looking for them physical. We're not calling them come to our church. It's in pray. understand, remember people who doesn't have church. Between us and God, we're saying, God, bring people who looking for you, for them to find a spiritual family, where you call them to be here, for them to stop have this life of loneliness in the house. Not just two pastors, so it's for everyone. And here I will read from 10th sentence. God saying, I am for you the pastors. I will take my sheep back. I will not leave you, give you to take care of those sheep. I will not. I will take my sheep back, and they will not eat the food that they giving them. I'm looking for my sheep. This is how God's saying. As a pastor who looking for his sheep, I'm also gonna look for my sheep back, and I will take them together to one place. I believe that now, this time, where God starting to look and take those sheep that they are lonely to bring them back to the church. Can you say amen? Because those who are lost, because they control them a lot, they run away. It's happened to them some things in the churches they were, or they were controlled by something. So today those people, they doesn't even want to hear about the word church. They're already starting to be stressful because they got a bad experience. But God is looking for those people to find them the place they should be. And we need to understand that the most big responsibility of a person is to talk to another life of person, because for us this gave to each of us to create by God. It's something who God created. The most important for God is person that He created. And when you're talking to the life of a person, you have a responsibility between God and you, because with your tongue you can kill him or to bring him life. So when we're talking to person, we need to understand that before me is the creation of God, that Jesus died for him. So then the pastors will not have even one chance, because to each pastor God gonna look for. When we're standing and talking to the life of a person, we need to understand that we will give answers for each word we're gonna say. But I will say not just for pastors. The first thing we need to understand is that today, to the roots of us, we need to understand that the position of the pastor is changing. The pastor should lead the sheep, to take care of the sheep. Because in the time of the hard, that they will run after churches, the people, the first who gonna run away is the pastors, and then all the sheep. So today is super important. The question of who are the heads of the churches. And it's not just the pastors of apostles, it means to all the pastors in the world. Check your relationship between you and your sheep, and stop to lead just yourself. I'm telling to someone, pastor, it's one of, I will say something now, function where there is no day off, where there is no nights or days. It's one of the functions, pastor, in the work 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. He is a pastor. And there are pastors who are just once a week pastors, just in the Wednesday in the house meeting or once on a Friday. Stop to lead just yourself. If you called as a pastor, you need to be pastor 24/7, 7 days a week. Oh, I don't like this message, Ilana. Jesus came to change, to inside up your table. You are very comfortable on your seat. I'm a pastor, that's it, I'm server. I can do everything right. No, it's not right. Jesus said, if you love me, lead my sheep.
Не себя паси.
Don't lead yourself.
Не раз в неделю
No
паси,
once a
а
week.
паси постоянно.
Lead
365 дней в году.
365
Я имею
days a
право
year.
говорить это.
I can say it. I have the right.
Бог мне разрешил.
God
Легальное право.
agree to me. I have a legal
Потому что я один из тех
agreement
пастырей,
because I'm
которые
one of those
365
pastors
дней
who are
в году являюсь
365 as a
пастором на
pastor
полной ставке.
on full shift.
А теперь мы переключимся к
So now we're going to talk about prophets. Prophets, I love you.
Но вторая категория
But the second category, okay, we talked about the pastors, now we're going to talk about
проблемная категория.
problematic category today.
Пророки.
It's the prophets.
Пророки тоже забыли.
Prophets also forgot. Today, wow, how many prophets, God forgive me.
Сколько не было никогда.
Like there is never before.
Не слышала
I never heard in the history of the Christianity that there are so big amount of prophets.
Сегодня каждый,
Today each
кто видел видение, он
who saw a vision is a prophet.
каждый, кто видел сон, он
Everyone who
пророк.
saw a dream is a prophet. Everyone prophet.
Я знаю всего
I know
несколько
just few.
пальцев пересчитать.
I can count on my finger. But the word of the Christianity, wow, how many prophets right
Я
there.
хочу пророкам напомнить.
I want to remind you,
Иеремия 23
Jeremiah 23,
что говорит Господь.
what God's saying to you.
Это тоже
This is
касается
also touching
паси моих овец.
to lead my sheep.
Иеремия 23 глава,
Jeremiah
4 стиха пророка.
23, prophet.
Имеющий только ухо да слышит.
The one who have an ear to can hear what God's gonna tell you now.
С 9 стиха.
9 sentence.
О пророках. Сердце мое
The heart
раздирается.
in me is breaking. All my bones are shaking. I'm as a drunk. I'm as a person who drinks so much wine for God and for His words. Because the earth full,
Потому что плачет земля
the earth is crying from curses.
и стремление их зло и силы их неправда. Ибо и пророк, и
The
священник
prophets
лицемеры,
are lying in my heart. I found them.
зато путь их будет для них.
His way will be for them as a slight floor in the darkness. Who felt in the darkness? Oh my God, wow, felt because the floor was slight. Can you imagine to yourself what he's saying here? The way of fake people, it's always a floor slide. Remember this.
Верные пророки
Fake prophets, it's this way. You will always fail one day. Oh, this message is not nice, right?
зато путь их будет
But
для них
them way will be as a slide floor in the darkness. You will push them and they will fall right there because I will bring them this. God saying,
пророках Самарии
prophet of Samaria, I saw craziness.
пророчествовали именем Ваала и ввели в заблуждение
They were profiting in Baal name in Israel.
Иерусалим.
But the prophets of Jerusalem,
Прелюбодействуют, ходят во лжи.
they are doing a mess.
Не обращался от своего нечестия,
They are doing the opposite of what they should do,
как Содом и жители его, как Гоморра.
like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Так говорит Господь.
And God saying,
Самаров о пророках. Вот я накормлю их полынью,
I will bring them
их водой желчью.
water.
Так говорит Господь. Не
God saying, don't listen to the words of the prophets who are prophesying to you because they're lying to you. They telling to you the wishes of them heart, but this is a lie. They always saying,
пренебрегающий меня. Господь сказал,
God said it will be peace to you and everything will be amazing to you.
не придет на вас беда.
It will not come to you worry. You remember this place in the Bible when they will tell you it's peaceful, everything.
Сегодняшние пророки
Today, prophets,
очень важно
it's very important
понять,
to understand
что никак
that
не может
there is no way a prophet
пророчество сегодня мира.
to prophecy like peaceful and no danger. Because this against what God said.
Потому что Иисус сказал,
Jesus said that the last days it will not be peace.
но при этом
But with this, many prophets saying, calm down, everything will be okay, everything will be amazing, it will be peace, be in shalom of God, you're a church of God, nothing gonna happen,
защищены Господом.
you're secured. It's lie.
Это
This is a lie prophecy. You know why?
потому что Иисус не
Because Jesus
обещал
was not promising this.
ни апостолам,
Not to the apostle, not to us,
мы будем
that we will be always in peaceful. So I have a question. Why some apostles died when they were serving God? Why? So Jesus didn't secure them. He promised them. He said, they run after me, they will run after you too. And this is the right prophecy, that they will run after us too. If we're a church of God, we need to be ready and prepare that they will run after us. And when the prophet coming and saying to you, don't worry, everything will be peaceful, and next year will be amazing, and in 2 months amazing, this is a lie. How can you compare, when there is a prophet giving you, don't worry, with happiness and peaceful, at the moment you're understanding, when there is no peace will come. And here we need to understand that the prophets also need to understand what responsibility they have before God. Because God's saying, for those prophets who are lying and saying those lies, I will take care of them. And the opposite, we also need to understand. It's nice to hear a good prophecy, right? Wow, they will not run after you, everything will be amazing. Soon everything will be amazing in your life. The time will come, the money will come, you will have everything. This means to lead the church in a situation of calmness. And when they run after the church will come, I want to look in the eyes of those prophets. I want to ask them, how you didn't prepare your church for the church to know that the run after the church will come? Why you didn't prepare them? And you were not giving to the sick sheep, and for this week sheep will be able to hold themselves in the right time. It's a serious danger. Today Jesus coming and throwing all those tables away. We're going there to those tables. The first table he already throw away, that it's the upside down table. He's throwing the tables where there are people set in very calm and comfortable place. Christian, it's the most not comfortable faith in the earth, for you to understand. You want to be comfortable? Go to Islam. Even Judaism, it's amazing. Mikveh, you're gonna wash yourself once a week, going to the synagogue once a Saturday. That's it. You don't need to preach. You don't need to bring no one to the Judaism. Islam the same. The most not comfortable is Christianity. Always they're running after them. You're always like a black sheep. Doesn't matter in what country you are. They're always gonna look at you. It's not comfortable faith. It's not comfortable way. And this is why, when you chose this way, the comfortable way, don't look back. Don't look now how to run away from this way, to make it easy. It will not happen, that's it. To Jesus it was not easy. You understand? It will not happen. If you're trying to make your life easier, it means you are just not for God. You're not going after Him. Because it's not going to be easy. So prophets who are prophesying lie and saying, I have a dream, I have a dream. I had a dream. Jeremiah 23, God said, I heard that the prophet saying in my name lies. They saying, I have a dream, I had a dream. Do it will be a long time in the heart of the prophets to lie. Those lies from the heart. Do they thinking to bring my people to lost from my name? They talking about dreams that they didn't had even. The prophet who saw a dream will show it as a dream. And those who had a word, they will have a word. My word is like a fire. And to those prophets who are putting my words and stealing my words
Вот
from
я
each
правда
other.
говорит Господь,
I'm talking
которые
to those
дети
prophets
своим
who are
языком
acting with
говорят,
them
Бог
tongue,
сказал.
but saying that He said to God.
Вот я на пророков
I'm telling
множество
to you,
слов.
you are
Господь,
lie
опять
dreams,
говорит Господь,
God
которые
said.
рассказывают их и
The
вводят
ones
народ мой в
who
заблуждение
are
своими
bringing my
обманами и
people to
обольщениями,
lies
тогда,
and
когда я
lost,
не
and when
посылал
I
их
didn't
и не
send them
велел
even to
им,
talk them
и
this,
они никакой пользы
and
мне
they
не
didn't bring
приносят.
even one use to the God.
Как мне
Wow,
нравится это
how I
место.
like this place.
Пользу не приносят.
They doesn't bring in
Скажи мне,
use
пророк,
even.
от того,
Tell
что
me,
ты
my
мне
dear
сказал
prophet,
свой сон,
because you said me your dream,
свое видение.
your vision.
Неоднократно об этом говорили.
I like to talk
Это
about this, but
актуально.
it's
До
so
сих пор мы не
actual. Till
вывели
today, we didn't understood this yet.
эту ерунду,
This
эту ложь
stupid lie.
вот не выковырили из тела Христа.
They didn't took it out from the body of
Никакой
the Christ.
пользы не
There is
приносит.
no even little use to the people.
Скажи мне,
Tell me,
какую пользу
what
принес
use
твой пророческий сон?
your dream prophecy came to me?
Ты мне
Now,
пришла
because
и
you
сказала,
coming, telling me this,
этот пророческий сон о
or
тебе
this
хорошо,
prophecy about you, okay, amazing.
Сны,
But
еще
dreams,
раз, это
again,
язык
it's
Бога.
a tongue of God.
Если Бог
It's the language
показывает
of
тебе
God.
сон,
If God showing you
видение,
a
дает
dream,
откровение,
giving you some vision,
это должно
it means
приносить
it
пользу.
will need to
Или
bring a
тебе лично,
useful, or maybe to
Богу
you.
говоря тебе лично,
It means it's telling you
или тому,
personality
с
or
кем ты хочешь
personally, or to the
поделиться.
person you want to
Если я
share
делюсь
with. If I'm
сном с
sharing my
вами,
dream with you,
я должна
I
представить
need to
это.
tell you
Это должно вас
if it's
обогатить
needs
духовно
to bring you some
и дать вам
richness in God,
какое-то
to bring you
удивление,
some food,
и
some
дать вам
new
какое-то
thing,
вразумление,
some
какой-то рост
understanding,
духовный.
some growth
Если мой
spiritual.
сон
If my dream
ничего вам не
doesn't
даст,
giving you nothing,
значит, я
it means I don't.
понимаю, что это сон лично
It's
для
my
меня.
dream
Какой
just for
толку,
me.
если
I don't
я
need to give
сам
it to you.
его
I will
при себе
hold it for myself.
Поэтому здесь Господь говорит,
So here God saying,
я их не
I
посылал,
didn't send
не
them to
повелевал,
talk.
и никакой пользы они не
They
приносят
doesn't have even
народу
one
своими
little
снами.
useful for the people with them
Дорогие мои,
dream.
обратите
Listen, my
внимание,
dears, pay
сегодня
attention.
можно открыть
Today
интернет,
you can
сон
open the
того пророка,
you can
этот
open the
рассказал
internet.
сон, тот
This
рассказал сон.
prophet saying
Здесь
his
говорит,
dream, this
аллилуйя.
dream, this dream.
Недавно я читала
Not too long
тоже
ago I
очень
read also very long
сон
one dream
пророчицы,
of
которую
some
я не
prophet
знаю, в
prophet
Америке
woman in
где-то есть.
America. I don't
Я
know.
читаю,
I'm
читаю,
reading, I'm reading, I'm
читаю,
reading this
читаю.
dream. Long, know where it's
Заканчивается
happening,
сон.
where it's stopped.
Думаю, ладно, пропущу
Okay,
середину,
I will not read
потом я
the middle.
задаю
I will
начать.
just wanna understand what is the point.
Я пытаюсь найти
I'm trying
суть,
to find the point,
зацепиться
to
хоть за
find at
что-то,
least little thing,
вытащить
to
из
take
книги
some
много
knowledge.
красивых слов.
And they're so
Духовных
beautiful
слов.
words, but it's just water for no reason.
Я просто
I'm like,
никак
wow,
не могла
I
ухватить
didn't
суть.
find the point.
Но я поняла,
Understood
что вот это как раз и
that this is
есть
exactly what God talking about.
это сон
This is a
не
dream
приносит
for no reason, for me at least.
тысячи символов,
From thousands of
миллионы всяких
symbols, million of
пророческих
little
историй,
prophetic
и
symbols,
непонятно.
but there is no understanding here for me. You understand?
Бог говорит к нам, я говорю,
God is talking
Он
to
не
us.
говорит к нами ребусами.
He doesn't talking
Он
with
не говорит
us
с нами
with
всякими такими
hiding
загадками, чтобы мы ломали голову.
hiding
Есть
words. There are something secret,
всё время
yes,
толкователь снов,
but
всякий
you will find some prophet who can find the mission, the meaning of your dream. But it doesn't mean that God will tell us just water for no reason, for us no understand, no understand what is the meaning. For each dream from God, there is a mission for you. There is a meaning for you. Even if it's not for you and you're sharing this with someone else, to brother or sister in the church, please think one thing. What is the point will bring my dream to share if I will share my dream to Daniela? Wow, Daniel said, wow, amazing. That's it. This is the only reaction I'm gonna have. I'm like, wow, amazing dream. What I will do with this? So let's pay attention now. Prophets. God today wants a real prophets in the church. Prophets who saying the right things of God with missions. Because so many prophets who are just blah blah blah. They're just saying dreams. Open horoscope. What do you need it for? It's like horoscope already. There's just a prophet said it's gonna be this month like this month like this.
Тебя ожидает вот это.
This is waiting for
Церковь
you.
Божия у тебя
The
все будет
church of God, you will be everything. You will have everything.
Мы должны отвечать за
We
свои
need
слова.
to
Поэтому второй столб
answer
это
about to have
переворачивается
responsibility for our
тable
words.
пророков.
So it's also the
Я вижу,
table of the prophets who's
вот в
going
духе
upside down.
переворачиваются
I see
столбы,
those tables falling
потому
around
что Иисус заходит в
because
святыни.
of some things, and
Он
Jesus is visiting the churches. He gonna see all the acts of the prophets and the of the pastors, and you have a responsibility because when Jesus coming to see your table, it's gonna be a big thing. It's touching your life. Remember one thing: it's not possible to my life and my service different things. Your life is together with your service already. You understand? Some people, I have my life here, my service is there. If you have this understanding, you're already lost. Because a person who's serving, who leading for God, he already, his life is together with his service. There is no difference between his life and the service is together. Let's open John 2, 13 to 17. The Passover came of Jewish. That's it, let's stop here. You know that the Passover is coming of Jewish. Also now. Here, the 5th of April, what will come? What? Pesach. The Passover of Jewish. And God gave me a prophetic word. The Passover of Jewish is coming. In the night of Passover, Jesus will do the things I'm talking about today. And this was before Passover of Jewish. And God said to me before the 5th of April 2023 that this evening of Passover will come some spiritual upside down into pastors and to prophets. And I'm saying some serious words right now. The time of Passover of Jewish is coming. And this prophecy is not for no reason. Because Passover is coming. Pesach is coming. And we need to be ready that Jesus is gonna do something. The things he did here in the place we're reading. So the Passover of Jesus, Jewish, is coming, and Jesus came to Jerusalem. And he found out that they were selling things next to the temple. People of having some businesses there outside. Where he came to? He came to the temple, and today he's gonna come to the church. Passover is coming. Jesus will come to the church. Not just to Jerusalem, not just in Israel. Jesus will visit his churches in the world. Wherever you're gonna see sellings or businesses, prophets or pastors of selling whatever, all the system of the church that build on finance, on money, and he made something to hit them. The time that the church will be ready for when Jesus will come. He will not come with empty hands. He will come with something to hit. And I'm saying serious. This is a danger for you. A warning. Prophets, pastors, or people who are serving, all who are having a position about the lead my sheep. Everyone who loves God, of course. Be very ready, because Jesus will not come with empty hands. He will come with this thing to hit. And he throw away all those things out of the temple, and all the money throw on the floor from the tables, and the tables he throw upside down. And he said to the one that's selling pigeon, take this away from here and leave the house of my father and don't make it as a business house. And the students remember after that he said that the jealousy of him is eating him for God. The Passover is ready. Many churches need to have check, to check many things and to change many things in the church system. You understand? Each pastor need to sit next to his table and to talk to Jesus, to invite him to a dinner, because I think that each pastor, God, Jesus will say something very serious in this season, because the time of Passover is coming, and when Jesus will come with this thing and we will start to take all the tables from the place, it will be already the time of too late, because what Jesus did, he just threw away everything that was not clean from the church. And we will hear with you, we will hear together about many churches will close, many pastors will fail, many prophets will fail. It's just the beginning, because in the time of this, before they will run away after the church, Jesus will come first, and then they run after the church. You understand that this is a prophetic word, and now very important for us in this time to be ready, to prepare, to check our relationship with Jesus, to understand what is to love God and to lead His sheep. If you did something wrong, the time now, the Passover is coming. Now is the time that you still can change, to fix it before Jesus is coming. He will see that in your temple, in your relationship with God, in your sheep's group, everything is on place, and everything was not right. You change before Passover of Jewish came. We are coming to this Jewish Passover. I know that all of you thinking now. I know that you're thinking about what you heard right now. And I'm really telling you, pastors and prophets, to read what God's saying through Jeremiah and Yechezkel and all those places we read right now. And I'm also asking each of you to check John 21, where dialogue between Peter with Jesus was. Because Jesus, he need to know if he loves you, if you love him. And if you love him, your love should come with acts. Your love should have also service for him. Let's stand up. We're coming to no easy time. Time of upside down tables. God is mixing in the acts of the church. He cares what is happening. He cares about your house, about your heart, about your temple. Jesus coming, and coming closer also the Passover of Jewish. And before this Passover, the Jewish Passover, we are inviting you, Jesus, to our dinner table. We're asking you to come to have a dinner with us and to fix our ways, to show us everything that was wrong, everything that was not right, that we have in our life, in our services. We really want to be those people that loves you more than everyone. And with this love, we want also to have acts, things we're doing serving you. Teach us how to lead. Teach us how to be pastors of sheep. Teach us to love. Love you, that our love will push us to act. Not because someone said, a person or a pastor, because I just love you. And no one made me, pressure me, and put to me a gun next to the head. I said, God, I love you, and I want to serve you in everything I have in my life. I'm giving you, I surrender by you. It's the testimony between me and you. And no one pushed me to do it. No one said me I have to. It's just my decision because I love you, Jesus. That I love and I want to lead your ships. I want to take care about what is important to you. And I'm asking Jesus for this time of changing will come in the heart of the pastors. For times of changing in the pastors' hearts, pastors' understanding, those who are leading themselves will stop to lead just themselves. They will have also time for before the Passover of the Jewish to change something in them leadership. I'm praying for prophets, for them to come in the table with you, for them to check them hearts between you and them. And if they had some lie dreams, if it was something wrong and they throw people from you, bring to your prophet to change, to ask for sorry and forgiveness. Give them to clean everything that was not from you, that from them tongue they talked. They will talk just from your spirit and nothing else. No other spirits will not make them lie and take them to somewhere else. I'm praying that prophets will rise up, that will bring the church of God and the body of the Christ from all this mess. Prophets who are saying the truth, dreams that just opening the heavens and giving understanding where to go to the church and to the people. I'm thankful that the Passover of Jewish will come, and for us to be ready for your changing that you're gonna do, for each church to be ready now to pass through this, for us to be able in the time of the running after the church to stand before you and to accept the power to be able to pass through this, to be strong, united in the spirit, because those people will not be able to hold it because they are doesn't love. Those who doesn't know how to lead, they will not stand, they will fail. And I'm praying that for us to be a sacrifice heart, for us to be right view, we will see with your eyes the word. And I'm praying for the church in this period before the Passover Jewish, who will take very deep time with you alone. Stand with Jesus alone. Jesus is inviting you to his table. Even if you're counting that your life is amazing and good, and everything is good, and you are an amazing server, be alone with God. He has some things to tell you. And we are asking, mix in the act of the church. We want even to hear bad words from you because we are wrong. We are ready to change because we want really to do the right thing that you want us to do. We don't do nothing, we don't want to do nothing by our flesh. It's not our church, it's your bride where you put us. And this is our privilege to serve you. It's not my service, it's your bride where I'm just set as a pastor. Jesus, we love you. Teach us how to lead, to be pastor of your sheep. That in the time of the upside down tables, and in the time that you will come with this thing to heat, before this time, for each pastor, for each prophet, for each person, will have time to sit with you in the table of the dinner. And for them and for us to change the ways if we need to. And we're thankful to you that you're
пророчество
giving us prophecy
что Ты
time,
даешь нам, Господь,
that
это
you're giving us
откровение, что у
these
нас есть время
new things, that we have time until Passover
что-либо изменить. Мы
for to
благодарны Тебе,
change
что Ты
things. We are
ничего не
thankful
говоришь
that you are not doing
открытым
nothing
рабам Твоим пророкам,
without opening to your servers, to your prophets,
можем слышать Твое
that we
Слово.
can hear your word, the word that even can change us, and we still have time to change our ways.
Спасибо Тебе,
Thank you,
Иисус.
Jesus.
Спасибо Тебе, Господь.
Thank you.
Мы с благодарностью
We're
принимаем
thankful
его.
and we're blessing everything you're
Учи
giving
нас,
us.
Иисус.
Teach us.
Мы без Тебя ничего
We
не
cannot do
можем.
nothing without
Учи
you.
нас, Господь, любить.
Teach us how to love.
Учи нас, Господь, постить.
Teach us how to lead.
Учи нас жить в Твоей
Teach
любви.
us how
Учи
to
нас,
love,
Господь, смотреть Твоими глазами,
how to
Бог.
look with your eyes.
И я прошу,
And I'm
Господь,
asking
чтобы каждый здесь
that each of us
в этот шаббат
in this Shabbat
уединился,
will
Господь,
come
с тобой за
alone with
столом
you
переговоров.
in the table,
Чтобы каждый пережил,
for each of
Господь,
us to live
глубочайшее откровение
the
в свою
deep
личную жизнь и в свое служение.
meeting with you, in them service, in them life. I'm blessing your church and I'm asking God,
Поднимай в этом
raise up in
сезоне
this season
свежих пророков,
fresh prophets,
свежих пастырей,
fresh pastors
которые не будут пастись
that
сами
will
себя,
not lead just themselves,
так возлюбили
but they
тебя,
love you so much
пасти
that they will lead your sheep.
Тебе слава,
To you all the blessing
слава,
and all the glory.